Hi everyone. I'm really happy to talk with you today. We will talk about the future of fashion and especially how Web3 and AI reshapes the fashion industry. Really happy to have this call for Women of the Future. So I'm Karen and I live in France. We can quickly talk about me and about us. So I'm the CEO of Doors Consulting Group. We are today the first Web3 global partner. We are composed of several brands and especially Doors3, which is a consulting company dedicated to Web3 and Metaverse. We are based in France, but we are working with international brands and corporates. You can see a selection on the left. We are working with major luxury brands, but also automotive brands, for example, Alpine and Renault Group in France. We are working also with a lot of sports and entertainment brands around all the topics on fan engagement and fan experience, and also many industries like gambling, gaming, pet care, financial services. But today we will focus a lot on luxury and especially fashion. Today, as I said, we are helping big brands and corporate brands going through this ecosystem that we are all passionate, I think, by having a long-term and sustainable vision, which is really important now because we really think that we are passed from a speculation and hype program, and now we are in a build year and an education year. Having the opportunity to educate all the corporate brands and educate also the public to make a mass adoption, as we are saying the same in AI, for example. Yes, let's deep dive into this incredible subject. And first, I would like to put some things about our vision, and I'm sure that you will share this vision. So we see that luxury sector and especially fashion industry is entering a new era with the emergence of new technologies such as Web3, Metaverse, AI, mixed reality. And the impact is everywhere, from customer experience to immersive commerce to operational excellence, supply chain, sustainability, business model, creativity, virtual influence. So there are a lot of topics and also a lack of opportunities, but also a lot of challenges. So we will try to just navigate in this search of blue ocean and pick up what are the main topics for the future of fashion and what are the main challenges corporate brands have to face with. So first, for our vision, I think that AI and Web3 are going to reinvent the way that fashion industry is and will be by a technological but also cultural shift. As you know, Web3 is not just a technological shift, it's also cultural shift because there are a lot of codes, for example. There is a strong culture economy, a strong creator economy also. They are strong community, and brands have to take in account this cultural shift to better understand what the customer of tomorrow wants to consume and what also the employee of tomorrow in the fashion industry want to do. So we can see basically for our vision that future of fashion is based on three key pillars. First, a pillar of personalized fashion experience. With the rise of AI and Web3, fashion is becoming increasingly personalized, allowing consumers to curate their own unique style, and this is really awesome. AI algorithms can analyze a vast amount of data, including individual preferences, style choices, browsing history, to provide tailored recommendations. Customers really want to have an ultra personalization experience, but also ultra specification experience. So virtual fitting rooms, smart wardrobe management, AI-driven technologies, all these enable consumers to discover and express their personal style, their self-expression with greater ease and precision. And Web3 can enhance this personalization by leveraging blockchain technology, for example. through decentralized platform, but not only. Consumers can store and control their fashion-related data. And this is really interesting also in the way that we can bring together and tomorrow the avatarization of the society. So first, this personalized fashion experience is really wanted for customers and especially new generation. We will see this after. The second pillar is the sustainable practices. As everybody knows today, CSR is really a key pillar, a key strategic pillar for big brands and corporates. And AI and Web3 are playing a crucial role in fostering sustainability within the fashion industry. So AI-powered algorithms, for example, can optimize all the supply chains, can reduce waste and carbon footprint by streamlining production process and minimizing overstocking. Also, Web3 and blockchain are enabling greater transparency. All the characteristics of blockchain like transparency, security, traceability can help the fashion supply chain. And through decentralized ledgers, consumers can trace also the origins of garments, ensuring ethical sourcing. This is the case, for example, for gold or for jewelry, but also sustainable manufacturing. So putting the sustainability at core on the Web3 and Metaverse and AI strategy is really important. And third, last but not least, AI and Web3 can enhance creativity. It's a new dimensions of creativity in fashion. We will talk about that, but generative AI, for example, prompts could be the next artistic direction. By analyzing vast amount of data from social media, for example, fashion shows, historical trends, AI can provide valuable insights and inspirations to designers, empowering them to create like innovative and avant-gardist collections. And Web3 also, Web3 and Metaverse, for example, can introduce new kind of decentralized marketplace and platforms that can connect designers directly with consumers. Maybe you have heard about the experience of Narj with Gorgeous from L'Oréal Group, which introduced the first DAO dedicated for beauty industry. It's really interesting, and we are entering in a new era, open new doors, and this is our name. To this incredible ecosystem. And we can also talk about virtual reality, augmented reality, coupled with AI that can allow consumers to experience fashion in immersive and interactive way that could be really interesting in virtual fashion shows with digital avatars, for example, virtual try-ons are just few examples of the enhanced creativity and engagement that made it possible by these technologies, Web3 and AI. So this is our vision that we really have three kind of pillar. And now we will see what is the state of the market and how we can navigate in this lack of opportunity. So first, this is a number I love. Like we are entering a new era where today we can say that 50% of the population is digital native. And it's the first time ever, and it's really important and crucial because digital native don't want to live and consume the same content. They really want to co-construct this content. They really want to not be just a consumer, but also to be a consume actor. They don't want to be a spectator. So it's really interesting for brands to understand that 50% of the population is digital native and it will grow year by year. So if we jump into some like trends, we can see that in 2022, millennials and Gen Z were worth like 200 billion in luxury goods, and they should represent 75% of consumers in 2026. So it's huge, and this allows also a fashion brand to understand that this new way of consuming will be really a reality and not just a dream. This generation wants new way to consume and to have content. Like they are really interested also about sustainable products like resale and secondhand, and we have to have it in mind. Other things today, we have like 200 million active players on Fortnite and Roblox, which are like gaming platform, but also metaverse platform. And this is also like fundamental because gaming is not just a tool. It's really a new kind of platform where we can interact and we can imagine the social media of tomorrow. We have also this number like 500 million people own a crypto wallet in the world. This is really interesting also because Web3, blockchain, and crypto is not just a micro phenomenon. It's really a massive adoption that will come. And if we have this type of people who have now a crypto wallet, the question on is the wallet will be the future of digital identity is not just a question of time. It's just, okay, when we can do that. This is important also to say that today, Web3 3D immersive represents 10% of the market. Tomorrow, for example, by 2030, it will grow to 40 and 50%. So we can imagine the importance of like immersive commerce, of fashion virtual shows. So it's not also here just a micro phenomenon. It's really a mass adoption that will come. And last but not least, I've taken this quote of Zagabond, the founder of the famous NFT collection Azuki, because I like what he's saying. Like for 2023, we expect more exploration of blurring the lines between physical and digital, as well as more efforts to bridge the gap between the mainstream and Web3 communities. I think this is really important also to understand that, yes, now we are shifting from a pure marketing activation era, a pure speculation era, to an era where brands are going to search like high value use cases and they are going to build the use case of tomorrow that will bring all their revenue stream, all their business model, all their customer experience. So this is where we are today, and maybe I can help you to imagine what could be the future of fashion tomorrow. So basically today we see like four main trends to watch. The first, and I was talking about that, is immersive commerce and virtual fashion. As you see on this slide, I've took the example of Valentino, who make avatars with Meta, but there are so many examples, and some of my colleagues before talked about virtual influence, for example. So immersive commerce is really interesting, and I think that it is one of the main trends to see this year, but also the year after, because it will impact a lot of industries, not only fashion, but for fashion, it's really interesting because it can enable consumer to have an omni-channel, omnicanality experience, like going from a website, going from social media, going from a store, in-store, or going from a metaverse experience. They can try on, they can use a lack of technologies like AR, VR, AI also for ultra personalization. They can wear on their avatar and then shop this wearable and have it in the real life. So this is really like a key pillar of the future of fashion between physical and digital assets. And we see that immersive commerce is really interesting also in the way that brands are going to reinvent the engagement program, like building loyalty 3.0 program and building also the future of virtual shows, for example. The second mega trend is like digital twin, phygital, and digital product passports. So as you know, there are a lot of challenges that embrace these topics and why brands are going to these trends. Today, blockchain can help brands to increase the lifetime value of their physical products in second-hand, for example, or in resale, that are really main topics today for big brands and big fashion brands. And this metaverse evolution can bring higher demands for an infrastructure that can also demonstrate one's status in Web3. So it's not only the evolution of blockchain technology, but it's also how we can allow consumers to easily verify their assets, opens new opportunities for resale models and secondary value. And blockchain can help luxury resellers get their Web3 ambitions up off the ground. So more and more brands are looking to turn their attention in implementing such technologies. A lot of brands like Dior, but also Japanese streetwear brand Ambush, integrated physically baked token, but also NFC, for example, that can power exclusive blockchain ownership verification technology. And luxury fashion consumers are showing more interest in this digital space than ever before. And digital product passport, it's also a way to revolutionize product traceability, authenticity, and transparency by creating a real digital twin of a physical product, enabling comprehensive information and building trust among stakeholders. This is really interesting because a regulation will arrive in 2026, and all brands are concerned about that, and CSR is at its core. Web3 for good also is a main trend because we have to make by design, put by design for good and social and environmental impact in the Web3 strategies to harness the potential of Web3 to strengthen existing climate initiatives like secondhand, carbon impact, HCDs, having a more ambitious net zero commitment through regenerative finance, for example, and also having real Web3 for good project by design. And last but not least, sure, generative AI, I'm sure that you are looking at it because it's a big adoption now. Generative AI might be helping brands to design entire worlds in the metaverse, create brand-owned virtual influencers, for example, power luxury clienteling services. The possibilities are near endless, and as this technology democratizes many facets of storytelling, for example, including content creation, campaign generation, competitive landscapes will be transformed. So these are like 4 main trends, and just to put in mind, generative AI is set to boost operation profits in the fashion, luxury, and apparel segments by up to like 275 billion in the next 3 to 5 years, according to McKinsey. So it's also a huge phenomenon. So now if we are looking at use cases, and I will be quick because I haven't so much time, but we see that there are many use cases in fashion industry that help us to understand how we can imagine this future of fashion. We can take the example of Gucci, for example, who made a lot of Web3 strategy around the metaverse, around gaming, but also around digital collectibles. We have Tommy Hilfiger, which is a good example also of how join forces with Amperia, for example, to create an unforgettable virtual experience who coincide with the Metaverse Fashion Week in 2023. So it was really interesting to see also this interoperability of the brand with a lot of use cases and iconic Metaverse platform like Decentraland, Roblox, Spatial, and Dressix, for example. We have also on this slide the famous case of high snobity with the Fabricant, who made a collection of digital wearable, a varsity jacket for its Not in Paris 5 installment for Paris Fashion Week. So there were like 3 design options available via the Fabricant on the platform, and holders can showcase their ultra limited asset via AR with only 300 pieces available. And last but not least, and it's in French, so we are really proud of it, but Louis Vuitton announced the launch of its first digital collectible as part of its Via Treasure Trunk project. And at the launch, it was possible to acquire a token sold for like 39,000 euros and giving access to exclusive products and experience. So we see really that strategies are really different, and we have soulbound token, we have digital product passport, we have immersive commerce, we have also Web3 for good, we have engagement program. So we have really a lack of opportunities in this future of fashion. So just to conclude with that, the question now is, okay, we are working with a lot of brands and already we are seeing a lot of opportunities, but how to build it, how to capture the challenges? And this is really our expertise and DNA. And we see that there are main projects that can't have this kind of strategy, but it's crucial to see that there are main challenges that we have to face it. First, education. To onboard the next generation of consumer, we have to educate the consumer, but also educate internally in brands, the C-level and all the directions to make it happen and to help people like to be entrepreneur in their company. Acquisition is the key also to make acquisition and engage and gamified also the customer experience of tomorrow. We have also the revenue that is really important for brands, how to reinvent new business models on IP, for example, on licensing, how to generate new asset class of revenue stream, because yes, it's not only a revenue stream problematic, but brands have also to build their next business case. Sustainability is the key. We were talking about that just before, but we have to put sustainability, to put environmental, carbon neutral inside and by design in this type of projects. And last but not least, interoperability. One of the real constraints right now is that interoperability, since one still can't move between digital spaces with a single digital asset. True decentralization is still to be realized, but we are working on that because it's not really done today, and interoperability will be the key if we want to make physical and digital assets together. So Web3 and AI will help fashion brands respond to key strategic objectives: brand awareness, customer experience, new business model, and operational excellence. From like creating personalized shopping experience to revolutionizing supply chain, it's a 360-degree transformation, and we are working to help big brands going in this incredible revolution. So don't hesitate to contact me after. It will be a pleasure to talk with you today, and let's do it together. Thank you.